Hey, it's Walt, and I am here on this Sunday with another day of free daily sports bets. All right, so we have, some NFL and NBA. We got a nice slate of games, quite a bit of games, similar to yesterday. So let's get straight into it. Please like, share, and subscribe. First bet, we're going to take the Ravens versus the Rams over 46.5 points. This game just has over written all across the board. You have a Ravens team who really struggling in the secondary this year. They're not as dominant as we come to expect from the Ravens due to a lot of injuries on the defensive side of the ball. The Ravens are giving up 23 points per game. They're also scoring 23. This is definitely not a Ravens team that I look at as being dominant, as far as running and defense. So I think the Rams should be able to have their way in the air, just like, we've seen all these other top wideouts have so far this year. And the Ravens are at home, and what we've seen this year, they've played three quarterbacks, and all three can score points. Ravens do play well offensively, especially at home. So I definitely like this to go over. The Ravens games have gone over in four of the four last games when they were the home underdog. And the Rams games have gone over the last five road games whenever they are facing a team with a winning record. All right, next game. Same game, next bet. I'm going to go with the Rams money line. I'm going to throw that in a parlay for all the reasons I just mentioned above. They still can go ahead and try to fight for that number one spot in the NFC. So I definitely think they want to come out and handle business today. And the weather should be pretty favorable, all right, in Baltimore. The next bet, Packers money line, no Cousins. Minnesota going to be on the road. Just like the Rams, I think for the NFC, Rodgers and the Packers are going to want to make sure that they can stay on track to lock that up, and definitely want to try to get a bye so that Rodgers can get a week or two to rest up that broken toe. So I like this one to throw in a parlay as well. All right, next bet, I'm going to transition over to some basketball. Fred VanVleet and Pascal Siakam over 19.5 points. This is an early NBA game and the first NBA game of the day. The Raptors will be at home versus the Knicks, who have, the Knicks haven't been a defensive juggernaut that we've seen last year. Fred and Pascal are the leading scorers for the Raptors. And this matchup will, with all the injuries that the Knicks have, and should be pretty favorable for both of these players who average 35 plus points per game. Like I said, they're the top two scorers on the team, and they're going to have the opportunity to get, I would probably say 20 plus shot attempts per game and that's not even including free throws. So they'll definitely have more than enough opportunities to put up 20 or more. All right. The next bet, Cooper Kupp over 111.5 receiving yards. Kupp, well, he's going to feast off of the injured Ravens secondary. Like I said earlier, all of these top wideouts, they've been struggling. The Ravens have been struggling to really play them this year because of all those injuries. Kupp has been money this year. He's Sam Bradford's favorite target. So I definitely like him to be able to have a big receiving game today. All right, Mahomes over 293.5 passing yards. Tyreek Hill over 77.5 receiving yards. And Travis Kelce over 73.5 receiving yards. The last 6 weeks, every single week, this trio has been getting better and better offensively. They're about to hit the playoffs. I expect them to continue to get better and better and better. Against the Bengals, this just seems like a big opportunity for them to have a lot of passing yards and receiving yards. And, Kelsey and Hill are those two players that that Mahomes still goes to for those big receiving yards. So I definitely like those two to be able to get over their receiving yards and for Mahomes to have a big receiving game. Because this game to me feels more like a lot of the offense is going to be through the air, for both teams. I think the offense is going to be a lot through the air for both teams, but I definitely like those three to have big games. All right. And the last bets I'm going to go with is Aaron Rodgers over 255 passing yards and Devontae Adams over 91 and a half receiving yards. This combination has been great all year. Adams has been, him and Cup have been, the top two receivers in the league this year. They're playing a Vikings team who just gave up 109 receiving yards to Cooper Cup last week. And, like I said, with no Kirk Cousins, I'm not even sure who their backup is, but I do know Dalvin Cook will feast on them on the ground. And it should be, a lot of deep connections between Rodgers and Adams going downfield this game. So I think both of them will definitely be able to hit these marks. All right. I'm more than likely, depending on how these games go in the today, especially the early ones, I probably come back on with some more bets. But that does it for me right now. Good luck, happy betting, and I hope that the second day of the new year continue to be fruitful and prosperous like it started off yesterday. Talk to you soon.